Have I not been saying ICP is going to blow? Have I not been saying it for the last week, 3 weeks, month? And it has blown. It is over $11. If you had first got in when I had brought up ICP as I'm going in, I made a YouTube video about it. It was only around $3 for Christ's sakes. My average is about $3.65. Where are we right now? Look at this. Look at this. $11 and 30 cents. Insanity. And it does not stop. It is a freight train. What is happening? Well, I was the only one that brought you the information of what was happening because I'm actually an investor. You guys know I'm a big time investor in these things. And, you know, my wallet on ICP is frankly huge. I can actually show it to you guys. And it's actually getting bigger. This is my channel. If you're not subscribed, well, you're missing out on some good alpha, as they say. So go ahead and subscribe and like and share and tell your friends and all that good stuff. But check this out. ICP supply shock. When I brought up this video, I think we were around $6.50. This was only 2 days ago. I was the only one that noticed it. The reason I noticed it is this. I'm actually an investor out here, okay? This is what I'm talking about. Most of these guys that talk about ICP don't hold a bag of ICP. This is just 3,000 here in this wallet. And I have another 1,000 in the NNS staked. So I have over $44,000 right now, actually probably close to $45,000 of ICP, which I've paid about $14,000 or $15,000 for. That's just the simple 3x. I haven't sold any. It's not worth selling because it's only going to go higher. You know, when you invest in crypto, you have to have a thesis. You have to have an understanding of things and the technology and where things are going to go. Unfortunately, most of the YouTubers are looking for clicks and views. I don't really care. I don't even have ads running on my things because I don't care. Okay, it's not a lot of money for me. That's what they're trying to do. What I'm trying to do is actually educate people to understand what's happening because we can all benefit from it in crypto. Now, what is driving this is the supply shock factor that I talked about in this video. The supply shock is most of the supply is actually staked. When you have that kind of situation, when you have 500 million tokens where over half is staked in the system, there's only 200, maybe 250 million, but realistically about 200 because not all of it's out yet. About 200 million tokens that are actually tradable. And then you have more of it getting into the NNS and all, like Gold DAO and all those other projects are locking them up. And as more of those projects come, more ICP gets locked up. Now, when you look at the top, look at this. This is, I'm going to show, and this chart is insane, by the way. I mean, it just didn't stop here. You can look at right here on Coinbase. It actually just shows you it's literally a straight shot up. This is exactly what I talked about. I said on Coinbase, the price was higher by almost $1 than anywhere else. And the reason it was because nowhere else was letting you take ICP off the system. Because of that, you have a situation where there is going to be a supply shock. That is the foretelling sign. I didn't really realize it because I've never really seen something this extreme before. I've never seen something selling $1 more on one exchange versus the other. We should have, that was a supply shock moment, and honestly should have just loaded up and freaking 100x this thing on another exchange. Now, let's look at this, for example. Let's go to the top. Look at this, rank number 20. ICP is now the 20th largest. Think about it. It's bigger than Bitcoin Cash. It's bigger than Bitcoin Cash. It's bigger than Uniswap. Think about it. Just take a minute. Take a step back and think about it. Now we need to make a thesis about where ICP is going. It could be wrong. It could be right. I don't know. I'm an investor like you guys, but I have a thesis with everything that I do. What is the valuation of ICP? $5 billion, okay? With what ICP is doing with AI smart contracts in the next 12 months. They have gaming, Web3 gaming. Some of the biggest games are going to be on ICP. If you go to actually my Twitter, I posted this. You got to listen to this. Dominic Willans, who's basically their CEO, head of their foundation, he's talking about some of the biggest Web3 gaming games are going to be on ICP that are being developed. Okay? So they have 270 employees. They have the biggest team of cryptographers in the world. Guys from IBM, from Google. They have the top minds of the industry working for them full time. That is what is so powerful about ICP. Now, if you come here, even something very minor looks minor, but it's not. 1 gigabyte of data costs $5 on ICP. The same on Solana costs $800,000. On Ethereum, it's ridiculous. It's $15 million. What ICP is doing is a revolution. A lot of people kind of fade the technology and say technology doesn't matter and all this stuff. Yes, it doesn't matter because a lot of these are communities, and a lot of these are hype, right? That's absolutely true. A lot of people do say that it doesn't really matter. Solana will win and AVAX. I personally don't care. I own a bag of almost everything in the top 20. Personally, I don't really care who wins. But what I'm trying to do is place my bet on the biggest ones. So the ones that are going to go up the most, and the ones that are going to go up the most, I want to have the biggest bags on. So let's just look at what's going on. This is my thesis for the next bull run. Keep this all in mind. Look at the market cap of Bitcoin, $831 billion. Where is this going to go to in the bull run? 2 trillion, 3 trillion, possibly. Ethereum, probably about $1 trillion, 4x from here. Get you around that $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 mark. This is the problem that I'm seeing. Binance, right now, Ethereum is at 270 billion, but Binance is at 37 billion. The BNB coin, sorry, not Binance, BNB token. The problem is this. The difference between BNB and Ethereum is 8x. There's 8x difference. Usually, when you look at the stocks, or if you look at stock market in general, there isn't an 8x difference between all the different tech players. You have Microsoft, you have Tesla, you have all these different, Google, Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it, or all these other companies. But the fact of the matter is, when you line them up, there's usually somebody that's worth, or Amazon is worth 2 trillion, and then 1.5 trillion, and then 1.2 trillion, and 1 trillion, and then it's worth like 800 billion, 700 billion. It kind of gradually goes down. We don't have that in crypto because it's a smaller market. It hasn't evolved. The evolution hasn't taken place yet. The big money is about to come into crypto, and that will speed up everything. Keep this in mind. Now, I don't think BNB will be a number 4 token. I think it's going to be taken over, most likely by Solana in the next couple of months, maybe even AVAX, to be very honest with you, okay? But if you really want the biggest bang for your buck, you're talking about a $5 billion token, has the potential. What happens if this goes to $100? It'll be about a $50 billion token, right? It would be the number 4 as of today's valuations. But the reality is these valuations, if ICP does a 10x from here, the reality of it is these will also be going up dramatically. The valuations of these will be in, the Bitcoin, Ethereum will be in the trillions, and these will be in the hundreds of billions. If you look at AVAX back in the last bull run, the valuations, and AVAX is doing great. And I own a bag of AVAX, and now I faded it. I said I sold some for ICP, which it might actually look like the right move long-term, maybe not short-term, but I knew ICP was going to go up. I wasn't that confident in AVAX at that time. And AVAX is capturing the Web3 marketplace. But if you look right here, the Web3 gaming marketplace, which guess what? That's exactly what ICP is going to do. If you look right here, the market cap at the peak went to $30 billion, guys. Okay. So right now, AVAX is about half of it. And the reason it's only half of it and it's at $40 is because it has a lot of tokens that have unlocked. Okay. So a lot of people are saying that AVAX is going to go to 50, 60, 70 billion dollar market cap, and that's what's going to make it $100, $200 token again. However, the tokenomics of ICP are just superior. The token unlocks are pretty much done. There's only a little bit coming out every month, about 3 million tokens. And I believe the 1 million of them is about to go, a little bit over 3 million, but 1 million of those is about to end very shortly. So the token unlocks on ICP are pretty much over with, and the inflation on it is really slowing down dramatically, while with AVAX, that's just not the case. Now, what did I invest in? I got to probably make a video of this. My top 5, I did this video back here about the top 5 tokens that I bought. Okay, one of them was Injective and one of them was ICP. Injective is also doing very well. Why? Because it has superior tokenomics, because ICP also has superior tokenomics. Tokenomics make a difference. A lot of people are like, in the bull run, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Now, okay, yes, it makes a difference. It always makes a difference. It makes a difference always. Yes, in the bull run, it's not as apparent, but it always makes a fucking difference. That's why you see these numbers on ICP and you see these numbers on Injective. And then you don't see them on Aptos, even though Aptos just fucking sucks to hell. But at the end of the day, the reason you don't see them on Aptos is because the token unlocks on Aptos suck. That's just a fact. Okay, you're being diluted every day. And it's the same thing if you look at Chainlink. Chainlink has huge inflation, about 7 to 8% a year. It has an infinite number of tokens. Same thing with Polkadot, 10% a year. You guys have to look at the tokenomics. Don't ignore it and say, oh, it's a bull run, man. We're cool down here. No. It's a bull run till it's not, number one. Number two, you can make more in a bull run with a token with good tokenomics. That's the thesis of this. So this is my thesis. Where ICP goes is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to go a lot higher than people think. A lot of people are saying where it's going to go, but it all is going to depend on how high Ethereum and Bitcoin go. If they go into the trillions, these will all follow. I do believe it has superior tech over everyone here above it. The top 20 listed, it has superior tech over everyone, including Chainlink, Polkadot for sure, Avalanche. Yes, I'm sorry, I love Avalanche. I have 1,000 Avalanche. I own a ton of it. Actually, my Avalanche bag and my ICP bag are about the same. I shouldn't even fade it, but I love Avalanche. I love the ecosystem. The reason Avalanche does well is because the ecosystem is so good. Avalanche has a great ecosystem. If ICP can get to the level of the ecosystem of Avalanche and the community of Avalanche, holy moly, guys. Holy moly. And I think they are getting there. It's just a matter of time. And, you got the gold DAO that's going on right now, and you're seeing real world assets. Well, that's what Avalanche blew it up. What else blew up Avalanche was the Web3 gaming and now the meme coins. Well, ICP has all that except for the meme coins. But you got to understand something. Avalanche and all these other tokens can't do what ICP does, but ICP can do what they do. So where will the prices go? That's the thesis. Whether I'm right or wrong, it's to be seen. So as far as the pricing goes, guys, congrats for people who listened to me at the beginning. Congrats to those guys. Follow me over at I post a lot of different ICP stuff over on Twitter. Oh, by the way, these guys, insane. Fire token I've been talking about. They've only opened it up for whales for $10,000 and more. Crazy. Somebody came in like 33 grand. The lunacy community is nuts. The stuff I'm seeing out here, this is really getting into a bull market where you're going to see these pre-sales. And that's another thing. I'm concentrating on pre-sales. A lot of people are like, why are you looking at pre-sales? These tokens are pumping because pre-sales can do 10, 20, 30, 40. We've already seen it. Token Site did 45x. Unibot, I think, did 50x. Banana, all these there's a whole bunch of other ones, pre-sales that did big numbers. So that's why I'm looking at pre-sales. When I saw this earlier today and I saw, they only have this open to whales and then to over $10,000 or more. And then to the public, it's going to open up on Thursday, the 21st. So just follow them on Discord. I'll put the links down here for you guys. One guy, 33 grand. Insanity. What is going on out here? We're bull run territory now. So that's what's going on. Let's keep an eye on it. We're a top 20 token now. Let's get some respect for ICP. Put some respect on ICP's name. Anyway, guys, take care.